The galaxy was silent, not the silence of fear. Not the silence of death, but the silence that comes after a storm. The Galactic Council had fallen. The Purge Protocol had been stopped. And Marcus Kane, the man who made it possible, was gone. His actions had changed everything. The aftershock across the stars. People watched their screens. They saw images of Marcus Kane disappearing into the flames of the dying star. They listened to his last message again and again. Protect peace, even if it costs you everything. His words echoed through the halls of governments, the streets of alien cities, and the quiet corners of distant space stations. The council is no more. The Galactic Council's buildings stood empty now. The silver towers of Zereth Prime were quiet. Council chambers, once full of arguing leaders, were cold and abandoned. Most council leaders had been arrested. Some had escaped, running into dark corners of space, but they would never regain power again. The galaxy had seen too much. The truth could not be hidden anymore. Earth's Earth did not take control. They refused to build a new empire. Instead, Earth called for a meeting of all civilizations, big and small. On the neutral planet Aran, representatives from hundreds of species gathered. The first Galactic Assembly, Julia Torres, stood in front of the crowd. Her voice was calm but strong. "We are not here to create another council," she said. "We are here to build something better." New rules for the galaxy. The Assembly agreed on simple new laws. No species would rule over others. Trade would be fair. No secret weapons or hidden wars. Any crime against smaller species would be punished by all. They called this new system the Galactic Accord. The memory of Marcus Kane at the center of the assembly. They placed a statue. It was not a statue of a warrior with a sword. It was a statue of Marcus Kane sitting calmly, looking at a star map. His face showed focus, not anger. His hands held no weapon, only a simple data pad. Because Marcus had taught the galaxy something important. The smartest weapon is patience. The strongest victory is peace. A time of healing after the council's fall. Many civilizations needed time to heal. Old enemies became partners. New trade routes opened. Doctors, scientists, and builders traveled across systems to help rebuild worlds damaged by years of corruption. Earth sent ships not with weapons, but with medicine, food, and knowledge. Shadow Team 7 continues the mission, even though Marcus was gone. Shadow Team 7 stayed active. Commander Rhea Torres took the lead. Their mission was no longer war. It was to protect the new peace from the shadows. They hunted down the last council loyalists hiding in secret places. They stopped small wars before they started. They kept the galaxy stable without anyone knowing. The trial of Corvesh, the alien ambassador who had punched Marcus Kane and started everything, stood trial. But the trial was not about revenge. It was about justice. In front of billions, Corvesh admitted his crimes. "I thought I could silence the humans," he said. "I thought I was strong, but I was wrong. The true strength is in protecting others, not controlling them." He was sent to a prison planet, not for punishment, but for reflection. Sira Velen's rise. Sira Velen, the leader from Zoltar who had helped Earth during the War of Shadows, became one of the first leaders of the Galactic Accord. She worked side by side with Julia Torres and other peaceful leaders. Together, they made sure the new rules stayed fair. The new education schools across the galaxy taught new lessons now, not just about war and history, but about truth, trust, and patience. Children learned about Marcus Kane not as a warrior, but as a protector. They studied the SEAL protocol not as a military plan, but as a lesson in waiting for the right time to act. The last message from Earth sent one final message to the galaxy's people. ***, we are not perfect, but we will always stand for truth. We do not seek to lead, but we will never again allow fear to rule the galaxy. We remember those who sacrificed for peace, and we promise, together, we will protect this new beginning. ***, A galaxy reborn for the first time in centuries. The galaxy was not ruled by fear. Trade ships moved freely without paying bribes. Small planets had a voice. Just like the big ones. Soldiers became protectors, not enforcers. Leaders listened to their people instead of controlling them. Marcus Kane's legacy lives on in the quiet of space. Travelers whispered his name. When someone made a wise decision, they said, "That's the Kane way." When leaders chose patience over war, they remembered his calm face. And when someone asked, "Who saved the galaxy?" the answer was simple: a man who stayed silent until it mattered. A soldier who fought not with guns, but with courage and truth. Shadow Team 7's new mission commander Ria Torres met with her team on a quiet night. They stood under the stars, looking at the statue of Marcus Kane. "He's gone," one of the team members said softly. Ria nodded. "But his mission isn't over." They all looked up at the sky. "Now it's our turn," she whispered down.